I know everybody's interested in that. That's why you're here. Now, we have 2 TVs going, so I'm going to go over a PowerPoint tonight, and there's going to be some slides and different things we're going to go over. So just pay attention more to the TVs, and you could also pay attention to looking at me if you like. But the information is key, right? Knowledge is power, and for the lack of knowledge, what? People perish. So the point of these workshops is to do what? It's to empower you guys with knowledge. The more you know about your health, the more you know about how to take care of yourself, the more you know about how to eat properly, how to exercise, right? How to make sure you're eliminating the toxins out of your body, the better you are. Does that make sense? Right? So the more we're educated, the more healthy we are. Does that make sense? How many doctors take time out to do this stuff? Not many, right? So I've been studying all week to what? To give you guys the information that you need to stay healthy and stay strong, okay? There are going to be some people coming in and out, so let's just, Ronnie, you just direct them to sit down wherever they like, okay? So the first thing we're going to go over is your body is composed of more than 10 trillion cells. Each cell performs what? Thousands of daily functions. Does that make sense? Okay? So every cell in your body has a different function. We're made up of over 10 trillion cells. Is that a lot? Right? Is that a lot of cells? Ladies, just have a seat. Come on inside. Welcome here. Anywhere you like. Any open seat where you like. Welcome here. There's 2 seats right over here. Come on over. Welcome. And there's seats over there as well. There's one back there. So we know that there's a lot of these cells. When these cells can perform their function properly in coordination with everything you need, the rest of your body stays healthy. Hi, welcome. Welcome here. Have a seat. So I think everybody's here. That's awesome. Welcome here, guys. So we want to make sure that we're going to get really deep into the body so you guys understand it. So on a cellular level, every single cell in our body has to function at 100%. Does that make sense? And if it's not functioning at 100%, what's happening? What are we building? We're building disease, right? So if our cells aren't functioning at 100%, we start to build disease. Does that make sense? And every cell that's damaged starts to multiply. So I talk sometimes here in the office about the cells, right? When you have a healthy cells, it's able to make another healthy cell, and then another healthy cell, and that's how we're able to function and start to heal. A lot of you guys came in with pains, aches and pains and discomfort because, what, you have damaged cells in certain areas. And the more we start working on them, what happens? They start to become healthy, and what happens to your aches and pains? They start to go away. So we want to make sure that, what, we're always building healthy cells, okay? So the tissues and organs of our body perform different functions. These organs and tissues that have similar functions are considered part of the same system. So, for example, anything related to your digestion is your what? Your digestive system. Does that make sense? Okay? So anything related to your breathing is part of what? Your respiratory system. Does that make sense? Okay? So anything related to your nerves is part of what? Your nervous system. So every part of the body has a different system. Now, what's the most important system? Does anybody know the most important system? The heart's a great answer, but no. The respiratory system's a great answer, but it's not. It's not. The nervous system, all right? So what I want everybody to know is that you all had good answers, right? You all said different functions of the body, but there's only one organ that controls all function in your body. Your brain. Your brain controls and coordinates all function in your entire body. So what we want to do is making sure that brain is functioning at what percent? 100%. We want 100%, right? That power. Now, I believe it's from a higher power. I think God put a power in our body to run itself, right? So our body knows what to do. When our body breaks down, we get sick, right? And what is the answer? Is the answer the next pill? Is the answer the next potion or the next lotion? No, the answer is to fix what's causing the problem. Your brain controls your whole body through what system? Your nervous system. So we need to make sure your nervous system is functioning properly in order for your body to heal. Does that make sense? You could take all the drugs in the world, and if your nervous system is not functioning properly, it's still not going to get you to be 100% healthy. And each drug that you take, what does it have? What side effects does it have? All different types, right? All different types of side effects. Does it make you better or worse? And then after you take one pill, what happens? You start going on another, and another, and another, And that's why most senior citizens in this country are on what? 10 or more, 12 or more different drugs. Right? Because they never get to the cause of the problem. In this office, we always try to teach the cause. What's causing your problem? How can we fix the cause of the problem? Not just chase the symptoms. Right? So let's keep going over some more stuff. To be healthy, all the systems in your body must be working at 100% in coordination with each other. We already said that, right? So even without symptoms, your body can have diabetes, right? So a lot of times people think that, like, if I feel good, I'm healthy, right? So if I ask somebody, how do you know if you're healthy, what is the first thing they say? If I feel good. But can you feel good and have a heart attack? How many symptoms do you get when you have a heart attack? You get one. You get one. You just fall down, right? So can we base our health on how we feel? No. You can never base our health on how you solely feel. Of course we want every single person in this room to feel better. Of course we want every single person here to feel good. But the thing is, we have to work on what? Function. If your body's functioning at 100%, you think you're going to feel good? If you're functioning at 100%, if everything's functioning the way it's supposed to, do you think you're going to feel good? That's what we're striving for in this office. That's why we're making a difference in a lot of your lives here. Some of the patients that are already patients in this office are starting to see, my hips are getting better. I no longer have headaches, right? I had headaches for so many years. Oh my God, I'm getting my function back, and my headaches are going away, right? I'm seeing my energy come back. And how many pills do we have to take for it?
None.
No, because why? The power's inside already. Right? The power's already there. We need to make sure that the power's being expressed. We need to make sure that your body's doing what it's supposed to do on a daily basis, not just keep taking more drugs. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay? So, the brain and nervous system have the responsibility of controlling the trillions of cells and the functions that occur throughout all the organs and tissues in each body all day long. Health is not an absence of symptoms, but rather is a body that has all its systems functioning at 100%. So we already said that, right? So this is a great analogy. This is an awesome analogy that I love talking about all the time. You're driving your car, and you see that check engine light come on. What do? You stop and say what? Check the engine. What's causing it to come on, right, is the question. So why is my engine light coming on? Right? So imagine if you took your car to a mechanic, and he said, oh, your check engine light comes on? Let me just put some black tape over it. You can't see it no more, so it's fixed. What would you say? You would say, what, are you crazy? That's no way, right? That's no way. What are they doing? He's putting tape over the symptom and doing what? You're fine. Isn't the same exact thing when you go to the medical doctor and you tell him that you have a headache and he gives you drugs? He's masking the problem. He's never getting to the cause. You would expect that mechanic to do what? Lift up the hood and say, hey, something's wrong here. This is why the light's on. Same thing with your body. Always look for the cause of the problem. Don't just patch symptoms up. Symptoms will come and go. Sometimes some people get out of symptoms and symptoms come back. They'll come and go, but we always want to make sure the function's there. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay? So let's keep going through. Your body can heal and defend itself against all types of problems if the body's functioning properly. 100% function equals 100% health. Okay? Let's keep going. 100% function also equals increased energy, right? You're going to increase your feelings, your youth, your vitality, your longevity, and you're going to prevent disease. So the longer you're functioning at a high level, the less we're sick, right? When you start to not function at a high level, what starts to happen? This starts to bother me. This starts to go bad. This starts to go bad. And then what happens? More drugs, more drugs, more drugs. So that's what the medical community knows how to do out there. They just give you drugs. That's what they study. What's wrong and what drug to fix it. They never find the cause of the problem. They'll never. All of you sitting here are testimonies that when you go to the medical doctor, I know you just get with your father-in-law, right? What do they want to do? They didn't find anything, and what do they want to do? Just keep taking drugs, or here, just take the stuff. I'm going to the same problem with my wife, right? She's not feeling good. You go to the doctors. They don't know anything. They don't know what it is, but just take these drugs. They're just guessing, okay? Why are you going to guess? You don't want to guess. You want to figure out what's causing the problem. Make sense so far? So what can you do to keep your body functioning as close to 100% as possible? Isn't that like the million-dollar question, right? So let's go over what can you do, okay? There are 3 things necessary for optimum health. 1 is exercise. Okay? 2 is proper nutrition. And number 3 is doing what? Having your master system, your nervous system, functioning at 100%. Does that make sense? So the more we're working on you with chiropractic, your nervous system is doing what? It's increasing. It's going up. So what happens to the symptoms? They start to disappear on our own. We don't need drugs for them to disappear. Does that make sense? Okay? So the first step is to what? Exercise. Your body needs to move. This is probably the most powerful slide here. Your body needs to move. Okay? Movement. I always talk about motion. Motion is life, guys. The more we're moving around, the more life we have. And what happens when we start to get older? What do we stop doing?
Moving.
We stop moving, right? And what happens? We start getting more sick, right? So what happens? We retire to do what? Sit on the couch. So we retire to sit on the couch and hang out, and then what happens to our health? We're not moving around, we're not out doing all the things we do, and we start to deteriorate. So motion is life. You've got to be moving around. You've got to be making sure that you're active, you're staying active, okay? And we talk. It's not hard, okay? So this is just some research. It says the article published right out of the Department of Kinesiology and Health at Georgia. It outlines that the benefits of exercise and physical activity. So look at all these benefits. Number 1, it reduces your risk of premature death. So you don't die early, okay? That's great, isn't it? Okay? Reduces your risk of developing and dying of heart disease. It reduces your blood pressure, okay? It reduces your cholesterol. So exercise, and not only, so everybody has a high cholesterol here, or high blood pressure. I know there's a lot of people that are sitting here that have that. Just by motion, moving around more, you start to reduce your blood pressure. You start to bring down your cholesterol naturally, without the drugs. Does that make sense? Okay? There's more. Okay? It reduces your risk of developing colon or breast cancer. It reduces your risk of developing diabetes. It reduces or maintains your body weight or fat. Builds and maintains healthy muscles, your bones, and the joints. It reduces depression and anxiety. Most people that are depressed, what do they do all day?
They
Sleep. Right? What do? They sleep. I'm depressed, right? I watch TV, that's good. Right? So, you're depressed, so what do? We sleep. Does that help anything? No, you got to move around. You got to be active. You got to make sure you're bringing positivity into your life. You got to make sure that your mind is staying clear. How can you get rid of stress if you're just sitting home doing nothing? How do you expect to relieve it? Right? You got to make sure you're mentally stable. You're mentally on point with reducing your stress. Different activities to reduce anxiety, reduce stress and depression. Not only does walking and exercise, it helps your physiological well-being. It enhances your work, recreation, and sports performance. Make sense? So what do we all want to do when we get out of here? Move around more, right? Move around more. Okay? So, it says, although a structured, regular exercise program would be the best for you to achieve your health goals, simply walking 20 to 30 minutes a day is going to be helpful. So I'm not telling everybody to go out and buy a treadmill. I'm not telling everybody to go join the gym. I'm telling everybody all you got to do is simply walk 20 to 30 minutes a day, and you'll start to see your health come back. You're moving around. You're working your respiratory system. You're clearing your mind. Your stress is coming down. Your pressure is going to come down. Your cholesterol is going to normalize. Just by increasing your exercise. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Right? It makes sense, right? Okay. So we could go into all different types of studies. I have a lot of research. I do a lot of research on different things. This one's a study. It says like a 7-year study in Minnesota. 12,000 men found that who walked or did similar exercise for an average of 20 minutes a day were 37% less likely to have what? Coronary disease. So they were less likely, 30%. They walked every day, 37% less likely to die of a heart attack. Less likely to get coronary artery disease. How many people want that? Yeah, right? How many people want to make sure that their statistics of getting this stuff is lower? Right? Out of 37 countries, where do you think we rank healthcare? Where does the United States rank in healthcare? How healthy are we as a country? Out of 37, we're at the bottom. Yeah, we're at like 36th or something like that. I think we actually just got bumped up to like 35. Somebody else is taking over. But we're an unhealthy country. Why are we so unhealthy? Because first of all, we always look for the fast fix. Right? Everybody wants the fast fix. We eat like crap in this country. Number 2 is what? If I don't feel good, what do I do? If I have a headache, what do I do? I take a pill. Right? It's the easiest thing to do, right? And it's killing more and more people. It's killing more and more people. That's why I do these talks. My passion is to educate. Why? So this never happens to any of you or your families. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? I do this stuff on off hours. I'm not getting paid anymore for this, right? But my passion to educate you and your family is to make sure you stay healthy. It's to make sure that you're not part of the statistics. It's to make sure you're not dying of drugs and medication in this country. You're not dying of heart attacks, right? You're not dying of cancer. How much has cancer risen in the last 10, 15 years? It's 10 times. It's disgusting because nobody is teaching you how to stay healthy. Nobody is teaching you what to do to keep yourself healthy. And that's what we're doing different here in this office. Okay? The second thing you need to do is to function at 100% is to do what? Is to have the proper nutrition. What we're eating. What are we putting into our body? What are we fueling our body with? Does that make sense? What are we putting into our body so our body can run the right way? So our body can function at 100%. Does that make sense? So let's go over some stuff. All of us have heard that we must consume enough fresh vegetables and fruits every day. Does anybody know why? Why do we need to consume fruits and vegetables?
For the nutrients.
Of course. You want to make sure you get the nutritional factors, right? So it says our nutritional needs have changed drastically in this last century due to the amount of what? Stress. Stress kills. The more stress we're under. We're going to go. There's more slides to come, but let's go a little bit ahead. What types of stress are there? How many different types of stress are there? I can name a few. So everybody has what? Physical stress, right? Working every day, right? Men? Is that what you said, men? Listen, I'll agree with you there. So we have physical stress, we have mental stress. The men could cause emotional stress, right? So there's all different types of stress that we're under on a daily basis every single day. How do we relieve that stress? How do we get rid of it, right? How do we help our body heal from it is the question, right? There's all different types of stress. Nutritionally, you have to make sure that your body is nutritionally replenished with the right nutrients, right? So we're not going out and eating McDonald's every day. So if you have physical stress, mental stress, emotional stress, and you're eating McDonald's every day, where are you headed? Does that make sense? You're headed to the grave. You're exactly right. But we also talk about the amount of pollution in our environment. How we process the food in our country. What do they do when they make the cows bigger to produce more food? They keep shooting them up, right? How many hormones are they going to give us? Going to give these cows to make more money, right? How much pesticides are they spraying all over our natural fruit and vegetables to make them grow bigger? So you got to be careful what you're putting in your body and where it's being made. I'm really big on where is things being made. When I sell nutritional, we give out nutrition in this office. It's all about the quality of what we're putting in. You know, I personally try to eat organic, okay, because of the quality, the way the food is being made and processed. And when you're eating junk and garbage, the same thing happens to the inside of your body, right? It starts to get junky and garbage inside, and you start to break down. Does that make sense? Okay? So the accumulation of stress and pollution and the lack of nutrients results in the formation of what? Enemies to the body called free radicals. Over time, free radicals destroy your cells of your body. So that's what we want to go over today, free radicals, okay? So, when this takes place, when you have free radicals, it destroys your body. What does it cause? It causes you to age. You get wrinkles. Right? It also causes arthritis. Does it make sense? So when your body's not replenished the right way, and the cells are breaking down, that's when we get old. That's when we get sick. Everybody has starting to get arthritis. So what's a good solution to get rid of arthritis? Yeah, different types of vitamins, supplements, nutrition, what we're eating, what we're putting in our body.
Exercise is good too.
Exercise.
Right.
We already talked about motion.
If it's done right.
That's right. You're exactly right. Right. When free radical damage occurs, you also create pathways that lead to cancer, all different types of diseases, and Alzheimer's. So like we said in the beginning of the workshop, what? When one cell's unhealthy, what happens? Another one becomes unhealthy. And then it multiplies. Another one becomes unhealthy. And how do you think cancer develops? Right? How do you think cancer develops in a breast? You got one unhealthy cells and it turns into what? 5 million unhealthy cells. And then all of a sudden you got cancer. Right? How do you know? Can you have cancer and not feel it? Yeah.
Yes.
Isn't that crazy? Some people can have cancer, don't even know they have it. They could be walking along and feel like, oh, I feel great, now I feel good, and then they find out cancer. So remember, we're not basing the health on how we feel, we're basing it off our function, how well our body's functioning. Okay? Vegetables and fruits are a primary source that contain micronutrients that destroy free radicals. So we're going to talk a lot about vegetables and fruits in this next segment. Okay? According to the Institute of Food Research, having enough fruits and vegetables in your diet can drastically reduce your risk of cancer, heart attack, and stroke. How many people hear me every single day to stay what? Alkaline. Right? I talk a lot about, we always do the pH strips, right? We talk about being alkaline. Does that make sense? We want your body to be alkaline. Why? Because when you're in an alkaline state, your body can heal. When you're eating sugar, and you're eating carbs, and you're eating processed garbage, what is it doing? It's causing free radicals and your body to break down. That's how cancer builds. That's how cancer develops. That's how Alzheimer's develops. That's how any disease that anybody known to man can get develops, is by what you're putting in your body. But when we're adding good nutrients in, when we're doing fresh juices, when we're eating fresh vegetables, when we're getting greens in our body and keeping our body alkaline, now we have the ability to build what? Healthy cell after healthy cell after healthy cell, and we can eliminate the disease. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. So let's go into more. This just tells you 5 to 8 servings of vegetables a day. In addition to fruits and vegetables, you must consume enough complete proteins to give your body necessary building blocks to repair tissue during your youth. Okay. So we talk about vitality in youth. You must eat a lot of natural proteins. So I know a lot of people have a hard time changing their diet, and we're not here to give you a diet today. We're here to let you know that this is different things that you should enhance doing to make your diet better or to make your health better. A lot of people don't like eating greens. A lot of people don't like eating certain proteins. So in my office, we supplement. Okay, that's why I put these out here today. So I have great protein. If you're not eating specific things that have protein, I have great protein for you to take. It's natural protein, right? It has very low sugar, because we're not into sugar, right? Sugar causes what? Disease. So you want to make sure you're on the right protein. I have greens. If you're knowing that, oh, I don't eat greens, I only have a little vegetables once a week, so get some greens. Do a green drink every day. Do a green juice every day. Right? Does that make sense? This is why we have this stuff in here. Now, we're always going to preach chiropractic and the nervous system. That's the most important thing in this office, is getting adjusted. But we also want to make sure that you're cleaning up your diet. We also want to make sure you're adding good nutrients. You want to add good vitamins. Does that make sense? That's why we have this stuff here, guys. Because I know a lot of you are going out and you're on the run, you're working, you got the kids, you're here, you're there, and you're not getting what you need on a nutritional basis every day. That's why we give away the supplements, and we have people taking proteins and natural greens and taking specific types of vitamins to enhance their body into a healing state. Does that make sense so far? Is everybody following me? All right? We're doing good so far, guys? Yeah. Yeah? And nobody's sleeping, which is good, right?
Is that in place of food?
Yeah. Yeah, you could. Yeah. This could be, you could use it as a meal replacement to lose weight, and also it's going to detox your body. When you're taking, it depends. Protein's very good for you. It won't detox your body, but greens will. Okay? So the greens. I always push a lot of greens, okay? Because greens is going to keep you alkaline. And when you're sick or you're in discomfort or you don't feel good, your body's going to go into an acidic state and you're going to keep building unhealthy cells. When you're enhancing your greens, your body becomes alkaline. It's able to fight it, right? It's able to fight whatever's going on in your body. And your body will get healthier and start building more and more healthy cells. So green drinks are very good. I even drink the same thing. I juice every day. I like doing the fresh juices every day because that's probably the best thing to do, is to actually juice. But how many people have a great wife like me that will juice in the morning for them? You know? Hopefully all of you. But still, it takes time, right? So I wake up in the morning, she has it done for me already. It takes time to juice, which it's worth the time. Okay? But some of you are on the go. Some of you are working. Some of you are at 3 o'clock in the morning working already. You know? So sometimes this is the easiest thing to do. Put a scoop in water, shake it up, boom, you get your daily source of greens every day. Okay? Any other questions so far? Any questions so far? Everybody's okay?
What type of greens do you do?
I like to greens. I like to do spinach, kale, broccoli. I throw an apple in there to get the taste.
My sister
Okay, I do like a green apple.
She said something about watermelon.
Sometimes you could juice a lot of different things. Okay, we'll go over. I do a lot of different workshops in this office. We'll do one specifically on nutrition. But you want to make sure. A lot of people do this. They'll say, "Doc, I stopped eating all the garbage, and now I'm only eating fruit." Okay, fruit's really good for your body, but it's high in sugar. Okay, sugar causes what?
Diabetes.
Causes diabetes, causes cancer. You're already naming 5, 6 different diseases already. Sugar is not good for your body. So there's specific times of the day you should be doing different things. And each person's different in this office, so we would go over that on an individual basis. But you want to, a lot of times when you want to lose weight or you want to get healthier, it's about when you're doing what. When am I eating this? Okay? Am I eating sugar and am I eating all fruit right before I go to bed and all of a sudden my sugar spiking right before I'm ready to go to sleep? It's not good. All right? Some people say, "Oh, Doc, I'm only eating fruit, but I don't see any weight coming off." Why? Because your body holds on to sugar. Right? Does it make sense? Okay? So, let's keep going. Okay? If you don't take enough complete protein, your body's immune system will not only have will not have the building blocks that it needs to properly function, and your immune potential diminishes. So protein also does what? It boosts your immune system. Taking enough greens does what? Boosts your immune system. So some of you that get sick all the time, here's a great way to do what? Boost your immune system, you don't get sick. All right? I know a lot of people, specifically Ronnie came in when I first met Ronnie. She was sick all the time. Not only that, adjustment, just adjustments basically cleared it alone. We started adjusting her, clearing her nervous system, and what? Not only her nervous system controls her immune system, so her immune system went right up. So she doesn't get sick no more. Now on top of it, she's doing greens, right? She's taking in protein, and she's staying healthy and strong, and she's not getting sick. And she's not even like, stay away anymore, right? People come in sick, she's not running.
Right.
She's like, I'll be fine because my immune system's stronger. Same thing for me. Now, let's go over this. When you get sick, what do we run for? Medication. We run for what? Cold medicine, Tylenol. We run for Z-Packs. But what does that do? What does that really do? It lowers your immune system. Even though it may help you, and it may help over a week or two get you feeling better, but now your immune system's compromised. So what you're doing when you're taking drugs, it's lowering your immune system. That's when people get sick. They get sick all more often. And they're always going back and forth to the hospital. They're always going back and forth getting more and more medication. They rely on it. Oh, I need the drugs to get me to feel better. But what? Why? Because your immune system's so low. That's what we help people do here is build the immune system. You want to build your immune system so you don't get sick. The reason I don't get sick is because I consistently build my immune system. The more I'm building my immune system, I'm able to have sick people come in here every day and be able to basically be right on top of them, adjusting, and I don't get sick. Why? Because I'm building my immune system all the time. I literally take care of my immune system. Just like everybody's here taking care of their nervous system by getting adjusted, we're taking care of our immune system by taking vitamin C, by doing greens, by doing protein. Does it make sense? By exercising, getting in the right nutrients, staying away from McDonald's, staying away from all the crap that we're eating. Okay? The third step to guarantee 100% function is to make sure the interference to the nerve system is working at 100%. So we talked about a couple different things, right? The number one most important thing, the reason why we're going over this last is because it's the number one important thing. You got to make sure your nervous system's functioning properly. Your nervous system controls your whole body. I don't care what any other doctor tells you. There's only one organ that controls everything. That's your brain. And the power comes from God. It controls everything in your body. And it needs to be functioning at what percent? 100%. And if it's functioning at 100%, you will not be sick. You will not be sick if your nervous system is functioning at 100%. You need to take care of your nervous system. A lot of you came in here having pains, having discomfort, having all these different aches, immune system issues. And when we take care of the nervous system, automatically you can see all this stuff clear up. I could adjust somebody and their immune system go up. They don't even need any of this stuff. So by working on your nervous system, keeping that really strong, what does it help the other systems do? It helps bring them up too. Okay? So we want to make sure you guys understand the nervous system. What can damage your nervous system? We already talked about stress, physical, chemical, emotional, men.
Present company.
So what can damage your nervous system? any type of stress, and we're all under stress. Some people will say, "Oh, doc, I'm retired. I have no stress." Yes, you do. First of all, we have gravity pushing us down, weakening our nervous system. Right? No, we don't even think about gravity, do we? No, nobody ever thinks about that. We're already pushing ourselves down. Right? That's why you see as we're walking, we get older, what people get shorter. Right? Yeah. You start losing it. So we want to make sure we eliminate stress, guys. Stress is huge. If we can eliminate parts of your stress at home or even in this office, it's going to be a huge thing for you. What is one of the main things I tell you guys to do when you're laying down?
Relax.
Relax. Do what? Breathe.
Breathe.
Right? I can't believe so many people walk into my office that don't even know how to breathe. Do people just... That's not the way to breathe. You got to breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, right? So you want to make sure you learn how to breathe. That's one of the main things we teach here. Stress relief is breathing properly. A lot of people do not know how to breathe, guys. Breathing is a big key to releasing what? Emotional stress, right? Mental stress. Just breathing, letting it go, letting it out. Does that make sense so far?
Before I went for surgery, I had to go for a stress test.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, he gave me exercise to take off the breathing.
Breathing exercise, yeah.
Inhale 8 and let out 7 or something like that, but at nighttime.
Yeah. There's all different
Breathing
types of
exercises.
breathing. I teach a lot of children because a lot of the children don't breathe correctly, and then their parents are kicking them in the butt, get out and run, and they can't because they don't know how to breathe properly. I have a couple kids in here that their parents want their kids to play sports, and their kids are going out running not even 10 steps, and they already can't breathe because they don't know how to breathe correctly. So it's always good to learn at a young age. That's why we adjust children, right? We adjust children in this office to keep them strong, make sure they never get sick. So if all of you have children here, get them checked. It's always free to get your children checked in my office. I'm not saying they need care, but at least get them checked, make sure that their nervous system is functioning properly. But breathing's a big part. Breathing is a big part of healing. And anytime I get stressed, I need to clear my mind, do my breaths, and you'll see it start to release. There's also different types of breathing. We teach rhythmic breathing. There's also, you could breathing, we talk about breathing in, right? Stimulate your brain. Because what are we trying to do with that? We're trying to stimulate our brain for a different type of energy, for a different type of function. Make sense so far, guys? Okay. So stress can be physical, chemical, emotional, which we talked about. You can reduce the harmful effects of emotional stress by walking. So the California State University study found 10-minute walk is enough to increase your energy, alter your mood, and affect a positive outlook for up to 2 hours. So when we get mad, go out for a walk. Seriously. Fighting with your wife, go out for a walk. Alright? Take a walk, take a walk. Yeah, so, right? Walking is huge. It changes your mood. It causes you to breathe. It changes the neurology. It changes the energy. Does that make sense? Right? What do? First of all, when we get mad, what do we forget to do?
Breathe.
We forget to breathe. You get really crazy. Right? You forget to breathe. So, breathing is a huge part of healing, okay? You can reduce the harmful effects of chemical stress on your body by making sure you take the proper nutrients, as we discussed earlier in the presentation. So, if you're not eating enough greens, if you're not taking in good protein, you could supplement. Okay? Does it make sense? But you want to take quality. I'm not telling you to go to Rite Aid. Sorry, Rite Aid, but don't go buy Rite Aid nutrition because it's not quality. Does it make sense? Don't go buy garbage stuff. If you're going to put good stuff in your body, you want to make sure it's quality. Okay? It may cost a little bit more, but it's way better for your body, and your body can utilize it in more ways instead of just excreting and getting rid of it. Okay? You can reduce your physical stress by getting adjusted. Right? And I know a lot of you here are already patients, and a lot of you already know that. You get adjusted, you walk out like, whoa, I feel great, right? I'm doing awesome. Let me get back there for my next adjustment. And the more we get adjusted, what happens? You start to see my aches and pains go away. There's a lot of benefits for chiropractic besides just feeling good, right? Not only does chiropractic help with getting your aches and pains gone, but what it does, it clears your mind, it makes you smarter, right? They have some research studies that it shows that it actually enhances your brain, right? There's research showing that children's immune systems get much stronger, okay? So there's all different types of benefits with chiropractic care besides just my neck pain's gone or my headaches are gone. Does that make sense? You want to make sure the nervous system's constantly getting worked on for what? Function. The more your nervous system's functioning better, the better function you'll have in your body. Okay? So, there's a couple different things. that we'll go over here. Let's skip forward. Okay. So this is pretty good. It says published studies found that chiropractic care has definitely positive effects on a person's health, including increase your cardiovascular and cardiopulmonary health, which is your heart and lungs. So when I'm adjusting you, you might think about your pain, but your heart and lungs are getting healthier, right? So a decrease in your stress, your anxiety and depression, an increase in your energy levels, and a substantial decrease in the use of prescription and over-the-counter drugs. So every time I adjust you, what's happening? We're staying away from what? The drugs, right? Every time I adjust you, you're getting more energy. Every time I adjust you, your brain is able to function at a higher level. So every time you're getting adjusted, and if you're not getting adjusted, start getting adjusted. Does that make sense? We're the only doctors in this country that will teach how to keep your body healthy naturally. All right? We're only doctors that are going to preach to stay away from medication and don't kill yourself with drugs and surgery every year. Does that make sense? Okay? That's the purpose of this, guys. The purpose is to educate you guys that there's other options. There's other options than just taking 5 medications every day for your blood pressure. There's other options by cutting my arm open and doing more and more surgeries. Right? Does people just have one? No, they don't have one surgery. They have to go in for another and another and another. Why? Because the first one never worked or should have never even been done. Okay? Your body has the ability to heal anything. I'm not saying in a crisis situation that you don't need that. If there's a crisis, you need it. But to be on it for their whole life is not an answer. It's not an answer in this office. We're not going to let you stay on medication your whole life. I don't believe it's used. That's how they use it out there. That's why we're one of the most unhealthiest countries in the world. Because people keep you on it, and what do they tell you? You got to be on it. No, because they never got to the cause of what the problem even started with. Make sense? Okay. So let's keep going. So because chiropractors work with their hands, they're trained to correct physical conditions. So you'll see a lot of chiropractors work with sports teams. You'll see a lot of chiropractors, a lot of the celebrities. That actually, on the next slide, it shows all the celebrities that get adjusted. I don't know if anybody knows how many celebrities get adjusted, but number 1, Tiger Woods gets adjusted. Paul McCartney, Clint Eastwood, Billie Jean King. The 49ers football team has a chiropractor. Bruce Willis has a chiropractor. Madonna has chiropractors. Christy Alley, Mel Gibson, John Travolta, the Minnesota Vikings. And these are just to name a few people. Now, we all know these people. Are they smarter than us? No, they just got some more money. But the thing is that they believe in chiropractic. Why? Because it helps. It helps every single time. And it may take time. Each individual case is different. Okay? I wish I could adjust somebody one time and see miracles happen. Sometimes it happens where you just one time, all of a sudden, everything's gone. But it may take time and repetition to see yourself heal up. And be diligent. Stay on board. Stay on board because it will just happen. All of a sudden, you could be on your 10th adjustment, boom, your pain's on. You could be on your 40th adjustment, boom, all of a sudden, I'm thinking more clear. I'm taking those tests, passing those tests because my mind's clearer now. My anxiety's gone. My stress is gone. Stick with it, guys. Stick with it. I know a lot of you guys here already, most of your symptoms are already gone, and everybody's doing really well, but stick with it. How long should we good question is, how long should we get adjusted for? How long should we maintain our spine?
Forever.
Forever. Why? How many spines you get in your life?
One.
You got one spine, one brain and nerve system, right? And it controls everything. So how should you take care of it?
Of course.
Exactly. You only get one, so make sure you take care of it. And sometimes what happens, we have to play catch up because we didn't get here until 20, 30 years, and we didn't know about it. That's why a lot of you guys are here to educate. Okay? So I got a gift for everybody. Okay? So for all the patients, okay, for any patients in our office right now that are here, I just want to let you know, I want to offer you guys a gift. Anybody that needs any nutrition tonight is 10% off the entire nutrition cabinet. So anybody who wants to get the greens, wants to get protein, needs any types of vitamins, they're waiting until next week to buy them. Tonight you will get 10% off all the nutrition, just for coming to the workshop. We appreciate you guys here. Okay? If there's guests here, I know there's some guests here that never been to our office before, that never had an evaluation, that never been adjusted in this office. What we do here is a lot different than what people do outside. This is a place of healing. This is a place of love, compassion. We have a big family here, right, guys? Right? We all enjoy each other, right? All the patients, don't we have a great time in this office? For any people that are here just as a guest, I'd like to offer you guys a free examination, a consultation, an X-ray, a digital X-ray of your spine to check your nervous system. Not saying that you need care in the office, but to make sure you're getting checked. Okay? So anybody that's not a patient and wants to get checked, please see Ronnie after this and make yourself an appointment. It's completely for free. It's on me to get checked in our office to make sure your nervous system is functioning properly. We're almost at the end of the workshop. We are at the end of the workshop. I'd like to thank everybody for coming here, guys. This really makes it, for me, this is awesome for me. To have the ability to speak in front of all you guys lights more of a fire underneath me to keep going out and learning more, to keep going to seminars, keep spending money to learn more, to come back and teach because I know people are interested in learning. I really appreciate every single one of you guys being here. I thank you guys for being here. Next month, we're going to do another workshop on a completely different topic. Tell your friends, tell your family. If we don't have enough room here, we'll rent a space where we have enough room, okay? I thank everybody for being here. I appreciate you all. And I'll see you on your next visit. For any new patients, make an appointment. Anybody needs nutrition, go ahead and see Ronnie. Thank you so much.